Hey guys, it's Jennifer here with Press Pass LA on a rainy Sunday afternoon at the Saturn Awards. It's the 51st annual award show that honors fantasy and sci-fi. Stay tuned. I have to tell you, I've been doing carpets for 15 years. Always hoped I would speak to you. Growing up, Honeymoon in Vegas was my favorite movie. I watched it a million times. Watched The Rock, National Treasure. But congrats on being here tonight for Renfield and playing Dracula. What was it like? I mean, you've approached a ton of iconic roles, but playing someone, like Dracula.
Well, I didn't know how to say no when they invited me to play Dracula, especially since it was at Universal, which is the house that kind of made the character so famous with Bela Lugosi. But I knew it was a high-wire act. I knew that it's been done well many times and it's been done poorly many times, and I wanted to be on the side of doing something well. But I also was aware that it was something of a comedy, so I thought I could put some spin on it and hopefully bring something fresh to it.
Makes your movie special is the heart of the characters is there, and I think there's fear around losing that if you're going to AI, which your movies always have that heart.
We're in a weird place with the Avatar films where people think computers make the performances. The performances are done by flesh and blood people. I work with actors all day long. Where the computers come in is they render it into a blue 10-foot tall character without losing an iota of what the actors have done. And that's our job as artists to make sure that that stays the case. But people get confused and think, oh, it's computer generated, meaning computer generated performance. But it isn't. I think when people start accepting that as a possibility, meaning actually doing it, I think that's a big problem.
What's it like being a part of the Star Trek, such an amazing franchise, Trekkies for life fandom,
It's crazy. I mean, it's a fandom that is going on 50 plus years, and it means a lot to a lot of people. A lot of people spent, back in the 1960s and 70s, there was no Netflix, and, it was like you had a handful of stations, and Star Trek was people's escape. And I think that it's really in the mind of many people's sort of upbringing and their subconscious now, and so I'm very aware of that, and I try to respect that.
Well, I gotta say, I was a huge Karate Kid fan growing up, and I was so excited to obviously like Ralph Macchio and a lot of the original characters return. But you are like a character that really draws people in. I loved your storyline, so congratulations. Also, the Blue Beetle. I can't, not talk about that. Tell us what it's like playing such an iconic comic character.
I mean, it's crazy. To hear it even out of your mouth is kind of surreal. But it was the most fun I've ever had filming anything. And to think that it can be recognized for anything is an honor. And I just would be remiss if I didn't congratulate everyone in front of the camera that wasn't able to talk about it when the movie released. So to Adriana Barraza and Damian Alcazar and Raul Max Trujillo and Belisa Escobedo, Bruno Marquezini, Susan Sarandon, George Lopez, Elpidia Carrillo. This movie would not be Jaime, and Blue Beetle is nothing without his family and the family in front of the camera and my own family behind the camera. Really made this thing the best experience ever, and I hope to do it again.
Everyone loves you from The Mandalorian and all the projects you've done. What are you most excited about, though, being at an event like this, celebrating your work, your peers' work?
Well, I am amongst my peers of nerds, as well as the most creative, I think, the most talented people. We don't get oftentimes the recognition or to celebrate like the films that make a ton of money, has, millions of fans. And this is just our way of celebrating our craft, and I have a bunch of friends that I've already been saying hello to, and then I get to meet somebody like that guy over there, James Cameron.
I saw you talking to James Cameron. I love it.
Oh my gosh, he's my idol.
That's what I love about this. People are kind of geeking out about each other, which is so nice to see in the industry. You don't always get to see that,
No, really? Yeah. Well, I geek out all the time. Yeah.
So I want to talk about, you're going to be returning to the Pet Sematary Bloodlines. I know that was just announced in December, playing one of the dad role, but what can we expect from this?
Well, I have to say it's kind of a new revamp of the original Pet Sematary. It's kind of a prequel origin story, I suppose. So, expect the unexpected, but but a little bit of the expected, I suppose.
All right, I like that. If you're a fandom, you're going to get what you want, but maybe something new.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Ed here was a big fan of Fall of the House of Usher. He was just telling me as you were walking up, so I got to give that a shout out. And you're presenting here tonight. What category are you presenting?
I'm presenting Best Actor this year with Rahul Kohli, who was also in Fall of the House of Usher with me.
Amazing. Well, that's a big category. We can't wait to see who wins that one.
Yeah, it's exciting.
What do you love most about this award show? Because I've been getting such good vibes from everyone about how the fandom and everyone kind of supports each other.
Yeah, I mean, people seem really excited about it. There's cool directors that come, cool actors. I brought my friend. We're just excited to check it out. I've never been.
And you've had such an amazing career. You know, it's hard to make it in Hollywood and to last. What advice do you have for other actresses, other women who are like, I want to have a career, how do I maintain?
I mean, you have to believe in yourself, love yourself. Don't listen to anyone that tells you anything negative. And just, constructive criticism's good, but you have to just believe in yourself.
Love that. Where can we see you next? What are you working on?
Well, I'm in this movie called Suitable Flesh. It's on Shudder. It's a horror body swap movie. I felt proud of it. And I just directed a movie called Chosen Family. It's going to be in the Santa Barbara Film Festival. We're the closing night. And I also did a Western called A Place of Bones that's coming out this year.